Hi everybody, welcome to your yoga session for today. My name is Erin and I'll be guiding you through a 35 to 45 minute yoga session which will be focusing on building some strength, some stamina and some endurance, and we'll incorporate some of the pelvic floor and abdominal core muscles and work on some stabilizing postures, and hopefully some of this will help you to build some resilience both on your yoga mat and also in your real life as well. So let's get started. So just finding a comfortable seat to begin with. And I'm going to ask you to have your hands resting on your thighs here. And close down the eyes when that feels right to do so. And just allowing the body and the mind to arrive on your yoga mat. Acknowledging any sensations, feelings, emotions that are here for you today. Greeting them with a smile. And when you're ready, it will get you to gently sway from left to right. So in doing this, hopefully we will be able to get a sense of where our sitting bones are on the ground beneath us. And it's really important to be able to locate these muscles so that we can turn on our pelvic floor muscles when the time comes. And when you're ready, coming back to center. And now swaying forwards and backwards, hinging from the hips, anterior pelvis tilt, and a posterior pelvis tilt. So you're essentially rocking more towards your pubic bone and then rocking back and tucking your tailbone under. Beautiful. One more like that. Coming back to center. And now moving through some circular action here. So making some big circles with your torso. Heading in one direction for about 3 or 4. And then let's go in the opposite direction. Breathing away. Try not to hold the breath at all during your practice. Beautiful. Now I'll ask you to draw your attention down to your sitting bones beneath you. And to activate your pelvic floor, I'll ask you to imagine that you are squeezing together drawing your sitting bones closer together. Once you've done that, can you also squeeze or draw together your pubic bone and your tailbone? So imagine that your pelvic floor is like a bowl shape. So we're squeezing it from the front and from the sides. And once you've squeezed it all together, see if you can lift up your pelvic bowl closer up towards your abdomen. So once you feel like you've got your pelvic floor activated, release that, let it go. Beautiful. So let's take a deep breath in together, relax your pelvic floor. Completely exhale. And at the end of the exhale, can you squeeze your pelvic floor together? Take an inhale. Relax the pelvic floor. Exhale. Squeeze the pelvic floor. Inhale, let it go. Exhale, contract. And let's continue doing this for a moment or two. Inhale, releasing. Exhale, contracting. Inhale to release. Exhale, contract. Beautiful. And so what we'll do now is just return back to your normal, natural breath. Let's rub our hands together really, really quickly. Create a little bit of heat and energy. And when you're ready, let's place that over our eyes. Take a deep breath in. Open your mouth, let it go. Awesome. All right, well done everybody. When you're ready, let's meet over in the tabletop position. Okay, so make making sure that you set yourself up properly here. So have your shoulders directly over your wrists and have your hip points directly in line with your knees. Clawing your fingertips into the mat. Can you draw and turn on your pelvic floor here? Drawing your abdomen back towards your spine. Beautiful. We'll move through some cat-cow motions here. So on the inhale, drop your belly, look forward. And as you exhale, round through the spine, tuck your chin into your chest and try and spread apart the shoulder blades on the back body. Inhale, dropping the belly to the floor, keeping your pelvic floor and your core switched on. Take your gaze forward. And as you exhale, again, tucking your chin into your chest, rounding through the back. Beautiful. And coming back through to a neutral spine here, long back of the neck. So we're going to work through some what I call Superman crunches here. So once you feel like you're nice and stable, you've got a good grip into the mat and the tops of your feet are firmly pressing down into the mat, make sure that your core is turned on here. And we're going to reach our right arm forwards and our left leg is going to go directly behind you. So turn the hand so that you're giving an imaginary handshake to the person in front of you, and make sure that your back toes are flexed down towards the ground. So holding here for 3, for 2, for 1. Now we're going to come together and draw your elbow and your knee together, and then extend back out again. So take a big inhale here, and as you exhale, draw your elbow to your knee. Inhale to extend, and exhale, draw them together. And draw it all up into a tight little ball, and coming back down into a neutral tabletop here. Beautiful. You might like to rock your pelvis sort of side to side here, just letting go of any tension. And we'll set up for the other side here. So core engaged, extending at your left arm and your right leg behind you. Take a big inhale, reaching in both directions. As you exhale, bring your knee and your elbow together. Inhale, extend it out. Exhale, draw it in. And last one, make it count. And exhale, draw it all in, tight little ball, tight, tight, tight. And release and let it go. Beautiful. And let's sit back on to your bottom and wide-legged child's pose. So when you're ready, creeping your fingertips out in front of you and gently, gently just lowering your forehead onto the ground. Beautiful. Taking some nice big sighs. Relaxing the body. And we'll take some lateral stretches here. So walking your hands over to the left side until you feel a nice stretch along the right side of the body. You might like to place your right palm on top of your left. A few breaths here. Filling up the belly on every inhalation. Completely emptying on the exhalation. Gently walking back through center and straight over to the other side. Lovely, coming back through center. Let's meet back in our tabletop position here. So when you feel like you have got your pelvic floor on, your cores on, nice and strong in the body, tuck your toes behind you and lifting up into downward facing dog. Extend your pelvis to the sky. Look forward and make sure that your fingertips are straight forward and that you've got equal pressure all through your hands to take some weight off the wrists. Generous bend to the knees. A few deep breaths here. And just move your left foot into the middle of the mat there. 3-legged dog with your right leg extended.
Core really strong here. Make sure your back leg is horizontal to the floor, your toes flex down. Now take a big inhale here. And as you exhale, can you curl your right knee into your chest and step it between your hands? Lowering your back leg down on the floor.
And before you rise up into our low lunge position here, can you really plug into the mat with your right big toe, the ball of the foot and the heel of the foot, and also plug into the back of the mat with the back of the leg. Can you imagine that you are drawing your right leg and your left leg together so that you really feel like you're igniting all the muscles in your legs here? So when you feel like you've got a good grip on the situation, we slowly raise our arms up. Beautiful. Just make sure that your right knee isn't tracking over your ankle here. So reaching up for the ceiling on the inhale, and as you exhale, cactus your arms out here. So we're not doing any back bending here, we're just purely drawing the shoulder blades together at the back and opening up, broadening through the chest. So reaching your arms up to the ceiling, and exhale, cactus the arms. And one more. And cactus. Awesome. Now we're going to rotate our arms back behind us, sweep them along the floor, planting your hands, framing your front foot, tuck your back toes and move through high plank. I'm going to hold plank here for a little while, so not too long, but long enough so that we work our core. So make sure that you're rotating your upper arm bones so that your biceps are facing the front of the room. Again, plugging in through your fingers. Can you extend through the head all the way to the heels? And imagine that you're drawing your back heels towards the back of the room. And when you're ready, let's hover our knees just off the floor and move back through downward facing dog. You might like to take a few big deep breaths in and a few sighs here. And when you're ready, let's extend our left leg behind us, three-legged dog. Take a big inhale where you are. And as you exhale, draw your knee into your chest and step it through towards your hands. If your foot doesn't make it towards your hands, you can always just give it a little push and a little lift with your hand. Dropping your right knee down, popping your back foot firmly on the mat behind you. Again, drawing your legs in together, working really hard here. Let's reach our arms up overhead. Land here. Sometimes it's very easy to move our left hip forward. So can we draw our left outer hip back so that both hip points are facing directly to the front of the wall in front of you. And we'll inhale, we reach up and grow tall. Exhale, cactus. Drawing your shoulder blades together, the shoulder heads towards each other at the back. Collarbones broadened and sternum lifting up towards the sky. Awesome. Circling your arms back and down. Framing your foot. Lift up your back knee. And we're going to bend our knees and spring off the back foot into ragdoll at the front of the mat here. So just taking your time, big bend to the knees here. You should be able to just let your abdomen just completely drape over the front of the legs here. You might like to take a little sway, whatever feels good. You might like to take opposite elbows. Just let the head completely go. Maybe a few yeses and a few no's. And then releasing your arms down on your exhale. Coming up for a halfway lift. And exhale all the way down again.
And slowly, slowly rolling up, round up.
We inhale, we reach our arms forward and up overhead, Urdhva Hastasana. And exhale, draw your hands back through heart center. And setting up forward Tadasana here, so have your feet hip width distance apart, or you can have your big toes touching and your heels slightly apart. I find after having 2 babies, I always feel more grounded having my feet a little bit further apart. So just finding a little bit of stillness in our mountain pose. Strong foundations. Drawing the energy up from the ground beneath us, all the way up through the legs. Slight tuck of the tailbone. Draw your lower floating ribs in. Tall spine, open up through the chest. Slight tuck of the chin in towards the chest. Drawing your energy all the way up, out through the crown of the head. 3 more breaths here. When you're ready, flicker the eyes open if you have them closed. And we'll inhale, reach our arms up and over. You might like to incorporate a slight back bend here. Exhale all the way, fold all the way down. Inhale for a halfway lift, slide your fingertips up to your shins and draw your core on here. Exhale, lower it all down. Pick up your right leg and step it all the way to the back of the mat. And drop your right knee down. Anjayanasana. Same as before. Inhale, reaching the arms up. And just land here. Take a few moments to get your breath. Remember, draw your left outer hip back and your right outer hip forward. Both hip points facing in front of you. Take an inhale, reaching up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, circle your arms down, sweep the floor, plant your hands. Good. So from here, I want you to come up onto your fingertips. Can you shine your chest forward, broaden through the collarbones? And once you feel like you can ignite your pelvic floor and your core, you should almost be able to hover your hands off the floor. And when you've done that, can you sweep both arms out in front of you? So really strong one here. Keep breathing. Hold for 3, for 2, for 1. Use your core and come up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, raise. Exhale, bring your arms all the way. Frame the front foot. Tuck the back toes, step back through plank. Awesome. Let's hold plank here for 3, for 2, for 1. Feel free to take child's pose or drop the knees if you need to here. And when you're ready, let's all meet back in downward facing dog. Beautiful. Take a big breath in here. Open the mouth, let it go. 3-legged dog with your right leg behind you. Inhale here. Exhale, step it through. This time dropping your left knee on the ground behind you. Strong legs here. Once you've got your foundations and your cores on, pelvic floors on, reaching your arms up. A few breaths here to land. And we cactus. Awesome. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, sweeping your arms around back, framing your front foot. And again, we're going to come up onto our fingertips. Shine your chest, your heart forward, your sternum forward. And ignite your legs, pressing into the floor, switching on your core and your glutes. And squeezing your inner thigh muscles. And hovering your fingertips off the floor here. When you're ready, reaching your arms out in front of you. Hold for 3, for 2, for 1. inhale, reaching up. Cactus here on the exhale. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, sweeping your arms around you, framing your front foot here. And when you're ready, let's have your right foot come back to meet your left foot. And we'll slowly come back into a child's pose. Your choice if you like wide-legged or knees together from more traditional. Just taking a moment's rest here.
Let go of all muscle groups here. Let go of the core. Let go of the pelvic floor. Just purely focus on the breath going in and out through the nose and filling up the belly. You might like to take a little rock of the forehead on the mat in front of you. Such a beautiful, calming, grounding practice. Give our forehead a little bit of attention. I'm just finding some stillness again here. And when you're ready,
Calming up into a tabletop position again here. We're going to tuck our toes, using our core. Draw your navel in towards your spine. Again, pressing your fingertips into the mat. Rotate your upper arm bones so that your biceps face the front wall. Core on. And using your core, lift up into downward facing dog. Awesome. 3 breaths here. And slowly just walk your way all the way to the top of the mat. Going to meet in a ragdoll position again. Uttanasana, forward fold. Let your head drape. Again, a few yeses, a few nos. And when you're ready, we're going to roll up, all the way up. I'm coming to a Mr. Miyagi pose. So keep your right leg and foot grounded and switching on your hamstrings, your glutes, and draw in your left knee up towards your chest. And when you're ready, extending your arms up above your head. Let's stay here for a big inhale, stretching below and above. And as we exhale, bending into that standing leg, and we're going to move through warrior 3. So hands can be at the heart center, they can be out in front of you. You can create a T shape with your hands. And in your warrior 3, feel free to, if your balance isn't quite on point today, you can just have your other toe just resting on the floor. Either way, make sure that your legs are and your core is all engaged. And for those of you that are able to hover your leg off the floor, make sure that you dial your left outer hip down so that you're not flaring open to one side. Back toes are flexed towards the ground. And when you're ready, let's all take a few little taps with the back foot. So really strong core here and pelvic floor on. So we're tapping and then lifting again. Just 2 more. This is quite challenging. Beautiful. And when you're ready, can we slowly step that back foot and we move back into a warrior 2 position. Beautiful. So my back foot is horizontal with the short edge of the mat and my front toes are pointing forwards. Beautiful. Settling into your warrior 2 here. Arms are really strong, reaching forwards and backwards simultaneously. Taking your gaze or your drishti out over your middle finger. Okay, So with our back arm, we're going to sweep it down and around, coming onto the ball of the back foot, coming to crescent lunge. I always like to keep a generous bend to the back knee. And when you're ready, keep your core on. Can you lift up through the pelvic floor? Take a big inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. And as you exhale, we're going to slowly take a deeper bend into that front knee and reach your arms forward. Inhale, sweeping your arms back up, crescent lunge. And as you exhale, moving forward. And inhale, coming up. Exhale, sweeping your arms back, down and around. And we're going to hop up to the top of the mat again. It's a rag doll at the top of the mat.
Take a few sighs, let go of any tension in here. Feel like doing a few little sways. And when you're ready, finding some stillness. Slowly rolling up from your rag doll, vertebrae at a time.
Mr. Miyagi with our left leg grounded and bringing our right knee up towards our chest. Really strong inner left thigh here. Core on, lifting up. Exhale, warrior three. Bending into that front standing leg. Hands at heart center or wherever you prefer. And again, finding one spot in front of you so you can keep your balance. Breathing here. And when you're ready for some toe tapping, feel free to join me. So slowly and gently and mindfully tapping your back toe onto the mat and then lifting it back up again. Do that a couple of times. And when you're ready, slowly transition back into warrior two. You can always fix your feet when you land. There's no right or wrong here. It's whatever feels right for you. Landing in your warrior pose here. Pressing your right outer blade of your foot firmly into the mat and plugging in your left big toe at the front of the mat. Gaze over the front middle finger. Again, moving through crescent lunge now, so coming into the ball of the back foot. Bend into the back knee. And as we take an inhale, we reach up towards the sky. And exhale, we're going to hover our arms just out in front of us. We inhale, we come back up to crescent lunge. And exhale, reaching forwards. Inhale, coming back up. And as we exhale, let's circle our arms back and down around us. Again, stepping your front foot back, coming to a tabletop. Let's come down again into a child's pose. Our favourite. Rest your head on stacked palms here, or stacked fists if blood pressure is an issue for you. Sometimes being up on stacked fists can make it a little easier to breathe. Done really well today. There's a lot of core work here, which can be quite challenging and demanding. But so good to build some confidence and some resilience and stabilise the core muscle groups. Oh, beautiful. When you're ready, let's slowly bring the torso up here. And we're going to come around onto our sitting bones here. And we're going to move through a revolved head to knee pose. So I'm just going to turn to you so that you can see what I'm doing. So I've got my left knee bent and my left sole of the foot is pressing up against my right inner thigh. I'm going to inhale and draw a tall spine. Hands extend up overhead. And as I exhale, I'm slowly going to take my right hand down towards my ankle, and my left arm is going to come up and over towards my flexed right toes. So the target area of this pose is the left side of the body, the left waist, and the intercostal muscles on the left side. So rather than collapsing forward and rotating forward, can you rotate your chest so that your sternum and heart is facing up towards the ceiling? You might like to take your gaze up or down, wherever is more comfortable. And breathing here. And slowly find your way back up to center. Beautiful. Just a little rebound pose here. Keep your legs as they are. And have both palms just on the ground behind your left thigh. And come down and pop your forehead on the mat. When you're ready, pressing back up. Beautiful. And step your left foot over your right. Reach your right arm up to the sky. And as we twist, we're going to twist around to our left side and have your left hand just behind your sacrum. Inhale, lengthen the spine a little more, create some space. Exhale, you might find that you can twist a little bit further. Maybe take your gaze over your left shoulder. Such a good pose for the digestive system, reproductive system. Breathing away any excess tension. Using the exhalation to get rid of any stagnant energy that's lingering unnecessarily. Slowly coming back to center. And we're going to move through revolved head to knee pose on the opposite leg. So extend your left leg out, bend your right knee, right sole of the foot in towards your left thigh. Sitting bones firmly on the ground, flexing our left toes towards our face. We inhale, reach our arms up, and exhale, coming over to our left side. And again, rotating so that your sternum is facing up towards the ceiling. Drawing your shoulder blades, squeezing them back behind you. Breathing into the right side waist, right side body. On your next inhale, slowly let that bring you back up. Exhale and land. Beautiful. We're going to step that right foot over our left leg, coming into our twist. So right fingertips go behind the sacrum, left hand is going to extend up to the ceiling. We inhale, exhale, wrap that arm around your leg, twisting over to your right side. Definitely one of my favorite poses. Add some softness in the body here, starting to wind down. And slowing down the heart rate a little. You might notice the body is starting to cool down a little bit now. Letting go of any stagnant energy. Breathe it away. Awesome. Coming back to center when we're ready. And let's cross our legs. Maybe we start with our right leg just in front of our left. And it can just be a very relaxed sit here, whatever's comfortable for you in your knees. We're going to come into a very gentle forward fold. So inhale, invite you to lengthen the spine, create some space in the back of the neck. Tuck your chin into your chest. And as you exhale, can you hinge forward from the hips, rotating forward onto your pelvis, that anterior tilt that we practiced earlier. you're not engaging any pelvic floor or core here, just really focusing on the hips and the lower back, trying to keep a straight spine. Not pushing yourself too far here, just move forward until you can feel a beautiful, gentle stretch. Sometimes when you stay for a little while, you find that you can continue moving forward with each exhalation as your body softens into the pose. And let your next inhale slowly guide you back up. Exhale to land. Switching legs over now. When you're ready, lengthen your spine, tuck your chin into your chest. Draw your shoulder blades back towards each other. And if it helps, have your hands on your hips and then hinging from the hips and coming forwards. Try not to round through the spine again here, just keeping a straight spine. And just gently look down, just down past the bridge of your nose, not flexing or extending through the neck. If it's comfortable for you, you might like to have your hands out on the ground in front of you and just resting into this pose. A great one for that, stimulating the parasympathetic nervous system here. Slowing the heart rate, slowing the blood pressure, lowering the blood pressure, calming the mind. And when you're ready, slowly walk your fingertips back up, lifting up your torso. And let's just have your hands resting on your thighs here. And we'll sit up now for just a minute of Shavasana in a seated position. Of course, if you prefer to lie down, then feel free to do that. So I always prefer to have my right leg in front of my left, but it's up to you. And I like to have my palms facing up towards the sky. But if you like more of a grounded feeling, of course, you can have your palms facing down. And just feeling that connection of the earth beneath you. Grounded, held. And from your sacrum, can you lengthen through the spine? Tall, still. Natural flow of breath moving in and out of the nose. Just letting your muscles relax here. Relax the jaw. Consciously relax the pelvic floor muscles. Relax around your eyes and your eye sockets. Relax your teeth and your tongue. And just enjoy a moment's stillness here. If you'd like to stay here a little longer, you feel free to pause the video and make use of this time. Otherwise, let's keep your eyes closed and your attention kept inwards. Join your hands at heart center. A slight bow of the head in towards your hands. Just taking a little moment to congratulate yourself for making it to the mat today, carving out a little bit of me time, resetting the mind and body. I hope you enjoyed today's practice. Feel free to like and share the video, and look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.